Intermission. B.J. Mayfield, The Watcher's Record. The night after the trumpet sounded, sleep came differently. I found myself standing above the city, not in flesh, but in spirit, watching Chicago stretch out beneath a sky that shimmered with faint traces of glory. Every street glowed as though carrying its own heartbeat, every window reflecting fragments of what had been revealed. But I was not among them. I was not a participant in the unfolding. I was a watcher. The city moved as though in slow motion. I saw Eli walking near the edge of the river, his hands lifted toward the heavens, his lips forming words I could not hear. Around him, unseen lights moved, quiet messengers, taking record of every prayer, every cry. I wanted to call out to him, to ask what he saw, but I could not. I was bound to silence, an observer of what heaven allowed me to see. It is a strange thing to dream and yet be fully awake within the dream. My body lay still in my bed, but my spirit stood among things too real to be imagination. I knew then that this city, the city of every nation, was not only a place of mystery, but a message. Each building, each face, each tremor in the air spoke of something higher, something hidden within Scripture itself. As I watched, a voice like a whisper of wind spoke behind me, gentle but commanding. Write what you see, and do not add to it. Record the vision as it is shown, for you are a scribe, not an actor. I turned, but there was no figure, only light. And I remembered Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 2. And the Lord answered me, and said, Write the vision, and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that reads it. So I began to observe carefully, like one handling holy fire. Eli's journey was not a story to be shaped by imagination, but a record of revelation. Each chapter came to me like waves, some clear, others distant, yet all connected by Scripture, by Spirit, by the Word that interprets itself. I saw altars tremble, waters divide, trumpets sound over Lake Michigan, and nations gather beneath banners of false unity. I saw the difference between glory and imitation, truth and appearance. But each time I tried to move closer, to intervene, I found myself anchored, invisible, uncounted among the crowd. My role was not to change the vision, but to testify of it. There were moments I questioned the weight of it all. Why me? Why these dreams? But the voice would return, steady and sure, saying, You are not chosen for power, but for record. That which is written must one day speak again. The sound of pages turning filled the air, though no one was near. I looked down and saw a great book open before me, blank, save for one sentence glowing in gold. The testimony of Jesus is the spirit of prophecy. I knew it instantly. Revelation chapter 19 verse 10. My heart trembled. For the first time, I understood that these dreams were not random visions, but witnesses to the word already written. Eli's walk through the city was the Scripture living itself before my eyes. As I continued to watch, I saw threads of light stretch from Chicago to every corner of the earth. The nations were not merely gathered in one place, they were being measured. The echo that had filled the streets was still spreading, testing hearts, exposing motives. And I knew then that this record, this series, was not for entertainment, but for remembrance. I wanted to tell those listening, those reading, that what they hear in these chapters is not imagination. It is revelation, shown through the language of dreams. Though I write it as story, I live it as witness. I do not shape Eli's steps, nor the trumpet's sound. I simply behold what is given, and I write what I am permitted to see. For there is a holiness in watching, a burden few understand. The watcher does not command, nor intervene. He listens, he waits, and he obeys. He carries the weight of remembrance, knowing that to misrecord a single word is to distort a divine message. And so I say to those following Eli's journey, read with prayer. Listen with spirit. For the line between dream and prophecy is not as wide as men believe. Some visions come not to entertain, but to awaken. As I watched the city glow beneath me, the voice spoke once more. The vision is not yet complete. There are chapters still to unfold. When the next trumpet sounds, the watcher will see again. Until then, remain faithful in record, for every word carries weight in heaven. I bowed low and said softly, Psalm chapter 40 verse 8, I delight to do thy will, O my God, yea, thy law is within my heart. And the light receded. The city faded into shadow. I awoke with tears upon my face, my spirit trembling, but my purpose renewed. I am not a participator in this dream. I am a watcher, a witness of what heaven reveals through Eli's walk. These are not my stories. They are his. And as long as I am shown, I will write.